Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Whisper of Winter, Chapter 2, Reckoning with the Chain King. My name is Carlo. I'm your Dungeon Master. Apologies for the absence the previous weekend. But as it has been 2 whole weeks since we have last played this campaign, why don't we do a little recap of what happened in the previous session? So last time, the Tournament of Dragons finally took place with the 5 Zodiac Dragons, Pisces, Virgo, Draco, Leo, and Gemini, presiding over this martial arts tournament, where a bunch of, students and masters come from different monasteries, all throughout Wildmount, to the city, and duke it out. Lucas fought against a mysterious stranger by the name of Ursus from the Monastery of the Five Unions, who told him that Dawn was in danger at Haven Ark. Lucas then called Dawn and learned that somehow Zigbar managed to travel to Haven Ark and was terrorizing there, and brought some friends, supposedly. His dad was also pissed. After that, Ursus took control of the dragons after the match, tried to, kill everybody, and then Emiko shut up on Phoenix back, and even though she saved some people with her Phoenix, she then turned her sights on trying to beat everybody up. Then she got ganged up on by everybody who, after the amulet was ripped from Ursus's neck, the dragons turned their sights on Emiko. As the gang defeated her, Lucas drove his sword into her chest, and then the tournament was declared over as the dragons honored Zelron and Sammy for having stepped up and helping set things right, basically, in the tournament. People started leaving from the stands and walking out of the Coliseum, and that is pretty much where we are now. So, excuse me. You guys are still in this Coliseum area. You see that a lot of the population are leaving out of the stands, talking amongst each other, talking about how crazy that was. You see Dimitri goes and talks to his student and calms him down. And yeah, so you see that Pisces, the black dragon, kind of nods to each of you respectfully, and looks down at Zelron and says, "Thank you again, boy, for everything you have done."
It wasn't me.
Boy.
It wasn't me, only. You have my friends to thank as well.
You see Pisces nods, and you see one by one the dragon heads kind of bow before the party, and then they raise their head back up. You see that Pisces looks at you guys and says, "Well, in any case, your having saved us comes with our gratitude and also a gift." You see that he holds up his claw, and you see that a flute appears kind of in the palm of his hand. And you see he sets it on the ground before you and says, "I know that you have many enemies to face on this road, and if you should ever need any of our help, all you need do is blow this flute, and we will come running."
Whoa. Wow. You sure? This looks to be very, valuable.
You see, Pisces nods and says, "Well, it's true that it is valuable, but you did save our lives and help us out in defeating Emiko. A long time ago, she terrorized us. She's sort of the reason that, well, a long time ago, there used to be 12 of us. Now there's only 5.
Well, I appreciate this gift. Thank you. Pokey flute?
Of course. And you see that You see Virgo hops up astride Pisces, and she says, thank you once again for saving us. And you see she holds up her claw as well, and it looks to be, in her hand, it looks to be some sort of like helmet that she gently sets on the ground. And she says, this helmet used to belong to one of our finest warriors, the Helm of Darkness. It can grant invisibility to any who chooses to wear it. I know the flute is probably more valuable than the helmet, but I figured you should have something from me as well.
And this is towards.
Just kind of like in front of the whole party.
He kind of like points to everyone else. He's like, I already grabbed my gift. That's whoever y'all. That's all. And he's just, you can tell he's just like skipping over his words.
Yeah, Lucas isn't even paying attention right now. He's still kind of standing over Emiko's body. With a bit of sort of like a, for lack of better words, a sort of blank-esque stare. You can see like something is like going on in his head, but he's not like, he's like kind of like partly tuned everyone out at the moment.
Crystallina's paying attention, but she's also like regretting the fact she was slightly out of it and not paying attention enough to try and help do something other than killing, to like prevent Lucas from like putting his sword in, or like I don't know, doing something else, knocking her out or something. So she's kind of half out of it, but she's there.
Adelaide, I suppose, will slowly step forward and pick up the helmet and tell the dragon, these are generous gifts indeed. Thank you.
Of course. We are thankful to you forever. Again, Emiko, she killed our other 7, and it was only luck that allowed us to survive as 5. In any case, you have our flute, and you have our helmet. And she Pisces nods and says, if you ever need anything, feel free to call. You see their wings sprout from their back.
He calls out to them. He says, wait, how do I use these reps?
Pisces kind of like looks to the rest of the dragons, and you see the rest of the dragons kind of like shrug, and she Pisces looks down at you and is like, I don't know, they were made for humanoids, not us. And they start flying away.
Figure out, bitch. And he just leaves. Oh, and he says, okay. And I guess he just, there's just one wrap, I guess? Or one wrap for both hands, or is it?
Yeah, like one wrap for both arms, yeah.
Okay, so he's just gonna, he is going to, I guess, well, actually, he's gonna look Sammy. He's gonna look to Sammy and see if she wanted, well, actually, no, it is one, so never mind. He just puts it on his arms.
Okay. You wrap the wraps of Demonlock around your arms, and you see that, you just feel innately more powerful with these wraps around your arms. I'm gonna have everybody roll me a perception check, if you don't mind.
Oh god.
His arms blow up, and he now has nubs. Okay.
I can roll for Crystallina if you need.
Dirty 20.
Damn.
Nice.
Where is it? There it is. 11.
13.
11. 13. Okay. Here, I'll drop a Crystallina roll real quick. Hey, not bad. I think she
It
did.
says unstable internet connection for me, so.
Same.
Ah. Damn, her camera disappeared too. Alright. Anywho. As you guys are standing kind of like amongst this coliseum and people are like heading out, first of all, Adelaide,
Uh-huh.
you notice, you notice that, yeah, you've got this helm of darkness now. You see that the world kind of like slows down for a bit, and things seem to move in slow motion, as there are kind of like, just like a sea of colors before you, like seeing like Aurora Borealis up close, and you see, Mistra in spirit form kind of like appears before you, and you see she says, I know we're not on speaking terms still, but I figured you should know that, I figured you should know that, your mother's not angry with you anymore, but your father, something's gone wrong with him.
What's gone wrong?
He... Well, you know already about the war happening in the Feywild, I presume.
Do I?
Yeah, Titania versus her son.
Okay, yes.
You see she nods and says, well, if you remember, after Delilah flew away from the city, she met up with your father in secrecy. And I think he is on Godric's side. Whatever that means for you or for your friends, I don't know, but I figured you should know.
I appreciate the information.
You see she nods, and she disappears in a puff of smoke, and the world kind of like resumes in like regular speed.
I'm guessing nobody else noticed that.
Nope.
Okay.
Cool. And then Lucas, you see that your little communication device rings with a call from Dawn.
Lucas snaps out. News just like blinks a couple of times. Kind of rushes to grab the communicator, pops it out, and pops it out.
You see Dawn's face appears, and she says, "Hey, what's up, Lucas? How's it going?"
You okay? What's going on over there?
Okay. Things have slowed down much more. He's gone. And I think all of his friends are gone too. I don't know if they're hiding around somewhere, but yeah, things are okay now. A lot of the buildings got wrecked or destroyed, but you know, we're rebuilding. How are things over there?
Well, I don't know. The good news is that I guess we're still alive.
That's a start. Yeah, just wanted to call you and let you know that, oh god, that guy, such an asshole. But he's gone, and Dad, he, like, so pissed. He was fighting all of them, and then when they disappeared, he just kind of stormed off. I don't know where he went, but yeah. So things are fine now.
Does he know that, you know?
I don't think so. If he does, then I don't know that he knows. You know?
Yeah. Look, I'll call you back in a bit. There's just a couple more things I need to take care of.
Okay, sounds good. Oh, and say hi to Crystalina for me.
Will do.
All right. See ya.
Yeah. And Lucas is gonna end the call.
Her face disappears. And you notice, you get this strange kind of like feeling, just like the hairs on the back of your neck kind of like stand up as you feel like you're being watched. And you do like a brief, like 180, you know. It doesn't seem like there's anybody like particularly watching you. No men in black coats or anything like that. You just get this odd feeling of being watched.
Lucas is going to kind of look around a couple times over, just kind of let out a long sigh, looked to everyone else, and is just like, so, what's next?
Well, we got the vestige. Now I guess the thing in the... I guess we address the thing in the Feywild, or we go after another one, or... Well... I think getting Allura back would be probably first priority.
I agree.
Alright.
Now,
I guess we're gonna have to take a trip to the Feywild then.
now I don't know much about the Feywild, so whoever does, that's you're gonna have to give us some insight.
Dear DM, I might need to make a history check, but can you remind me about what I know of the war in Feywild?
Hell yeah. The war is between Titania and her son Godric, who is the Midnight Order, the leader. And yeah, basically, Godric is trying to overthrow his mother, and Oberon, his father, doesn't know which side to choose, so he's kind of like sidelining.
Okay.
Sick. Oh yeah, and then Zilron, as you guys are like beginning to head out, you see flash of light, and you see in the far distance, the man who called the shot all those years ago, and it's weird seeing him now, but you remember his face, and you hear his name just being like whispered. You hear Akira over and over again. And as you hear those whispers, the silhouette of the man who made that decision all that time ago starts walking towards you, and just as you're about to see his face, the vision ends, and you see Sammy looks at you and is like, "Hey Zoran, you okay?"
I think so. Kind of odd. I'm mostly worried about how to work these things. I feel a little different, but I don't really know if they do anything. I mean, like kind of like how Lucas's vestige did.
You see Sammy looks at you, and you see she nods and says like, well, honestly, there's I don't know if this is just me, but it's like a faint kind of like magical glow about you when you've got those on your fists. Makes you look cooler.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about looking cooler and all, but I mean, I hope they provide some sort of battle advantage.
I don't know much in the way of magic, so I'm sure they will, but I'm not entirely sure. You guys see that the Bright Queen walks up to you guys as you guys exit the Colosseum. The Bright Queen comes up to you and is like, right, first of all, well done in the Colosseum there. But I think I remember how to do the spell. It'll take you to Sigil, the City of Doors, and from there you'll just have to find the right door to the Feywild. Should be a short trip. Unless there's anything else you all wanted to do in the city before you leave.
Sleep.
That, and I need to take a trip to the monastery and appoint a temporary headmaster until I get back.
Understood. Yes, if you would like to stay in the castle for a night, we would be more than happy to put you up.
Does that sound good to you? To you all?
That's fine with me.
Seems like a fair plan.
She nods. She takes you guys to your own kind of like personal chambers in the second floor of the castle here in Rosanna. You see, a little bit of time passes. Night falls, the stars shine. There's still like some stragglers left over from the festival and tournament as they begin like making their way out of the city. So it gets a little later in the evening, like 8-9 p.m. Zelron, you wanted to head to the monastery?
I guess actually before getting to the actual like castle, before like settling in, he kind of breaks away from the group. He tells them that he'll return later on in the night.
Okay. You head to the monastery. You get there. You see Sammy offers to come with you. She's like, if you want some company.
Actually, no. You stay with the group. This is something that I must do alone. Thank you for the offer, though.
Okay. Sure. She heads off. You get to the monastery. The doors, like slide open, and there is a. As you walk in, people kind of like practicing martial arts, and they look over at you as you cross the entrance. And there's like a huge round of applause, and you see Robin is there, and it's like, hey, that's our new headmaster.
Hey there, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the show earlier today. Well, for what little there was before being, interrupted, but.
You see one of the kids like nods and is like, that was super fun. Are you going to teach us how to like fight dragons?
Someday you'll be able to go toe to toe with a dragon, but hopefully that won't be the case.
You see the kid gets like a sad look on his face, and like one of his friends like pats his shoulder, and you see they look at you and they're like, all right, headmaster, so what's the plan?
For right now, everyone everyone can take the night off. I need to settle a few things in my chambers before heading out, and then I will appoint a temporary headmaster until my mission is complete. And then I will return to you all, and we can begin training in full swing.
You see all of these like some of them are like younger kids, but like most of them like stand at attention with like their arms at their sides. They're like, yes, sir. And you see all of them like start heading out, like grabbing their bags and start leaving. And most of them like pat you on the shoulder as they leave. And yeah, it gets quiet as you remain alone.
He's gonna go up to his main office and reorganize everything that Lucas had fucking messed up in there. But other than that, he is just going to pretty much get rid of anything that was Emiko's that isn't really valuable to him at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he just gets everything set up and ready for him to appoint the new headmaster.
Sounds good. Yeah, you organize stuff, and like toss most of the valuable or invaluable stuff of Emiko's. As you are going through kind of like the stuff in her old office, which now becomes yours, you find this old like photo book that you flip through, and it looks to be your old mentor and Emiko, just like through the years of their relationship. And yeah, you see that in some of the photos, like Emiko clearly has like taken like a Sharpie and like scribbled over her own face.
And he's gonna, as he's flipping through, he's just like, God, what the hell's happened to you? He's mostly referring to Emiko. There was happiness in this. You can see happiness on this face, but where along the journey did you lose your way? And he's just gonna continuously flip through, and eventually, once he gets to the end, he's gonna close it and actually put it somewhere on a shelf. Somewhere that's like nicely displayed.
Yeah, you set it down on this like still like visible kind of like shelf, and yeah, the night passes. As you guys lay down to bed, you guys all get a long rest.
Great.
Um,
I'm no longer at 8 health.
Oh yeah. So, you guys see that in the morning, you see that Sammy like meets you guys in the morning, and looks at you, Zelron, and is like, well, I guess this is hopefully not goodbye, actually.
What do you mean?
Well, I think I'm gonna stay in the city and continue my training. If you're gonna go and fight demons and dragons and shit like that, you know, I don't think I can keep up with a dragon quite yet. But I'll stick around in the city for a bit.
Sure. You can always, I mean, well, you know, now that I'm thinking about it, probably isn't the safest thing for a student to be doing.
Yeah. It's not safe for, well, pretty much anyone to walk into danger, but I know you'll be alright. Better be alright, because if you're not, then I'll come and kick your ass.
You can certainly try.
You see, she goes in for a hug.
He's gonna go in as well.
She like softly hugs your shoulder and is like, well, thanks for being an awesome teacher, and I'll see you soon, okay?
I shall see you as well. And, actually, how would you like to be the temporary headmaster until I get back.
Excuse me.
She looks surprised and is like, me?
I know
But I
you
don't.
still. I know you
I'm
still
not as-
have much to learn, but you have. You are the closest, person to that is capable of teaching these people. To me, that I am not good at saying things, but you are quite possibly the closest thing I can rely on. The closest person I can rely on to teach everyone everything that needs to be taught within the amount of time that I will be gone. And honestly, I don't know
She
anybody
nods.
else who I trust enough to actually lead this place while I'm out.
She nods and says, okay, well, I'll take over for a bit, but only if that's okay with
I
you.
was the one who suggested it, so of course it is.
Okay, fair enough. She hugs you again, and then she walks off, and it's like, best of luck on your journey.
Bye, Sammy.
She nods and walks away. Cool. You guys see that's the.
No,
Oh yeah.
I was saying this out of character, and he was like, damn, he didn't even get the smash.
Wow.
Wow.
You guys see that the Bright Queen comes up to you guys again and is like, all right, I can cast the spell and take you to the city now if you guys are all ready.
I am all set.
Believe so. Believe so.
Yeah.
All right. She holds her hands out like this, and you see that a kind of like gleaming white, black, and purple like portal appears in front of her, and she looks like a big ass nether portal, and you see she says, "All right, this will take you to the city, and if you need anything, assistance from me." Or any people in the city, feel free to ask, all right?
Will do. Thank you.
She nods. You guys step through the portal. You guys see. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, he's before he goes to the portal. He's just gonna keep an eye also for anyone who tries to usurp the headmaster title from Sammy, because something tells me that we're not exactly finished with this whole situation.
She nods and she gets this kind of like smile on her face and is like, okay, I'll watch over your girlfriend. All right, have a good trip to the city and please be safe.
All right, Epic. Thank you for everything, for the hospitality, for everything, and for not treating us like criminals.
You guys walk through the city and arrive at Sigil, the City of Doors. As you guys arrive there, you see that it looks like a fantasied out version of New York City with these high-rise buildings, and like skyscrapers and crazy-ass lights. And you see that like it's like early morning, so there's stands selling bacon, egg, and cheeses and shit. And as you guys walk through, the like streets are made out of like concrete, and they look like real life roads here. As you walk through Sigil, City of Doors, and it looks like there's a bunch of like fantasy races like pixies and dryads and centaurs and like tieflings, but also like some humans who like nod to the centaurs as they walk by. You are here in the city.
Whoa. And you can see his neck is like Delron's neck is like completely up, just kind of eyeing everything.
Adelaide's just completely in awe as well. How are we meant to find the right door here?
There's gotta be thousands of them.
Well, in Haven Arc, which honestly this kind of reminds me of that, honestly. But I don't know. In Haven Arc, there was always like a level or something, or like a section of the city where most of like doors and portals and all that stuff were. So as long as we can figure out where that is, maybe? I don't know.
Hell yeah. You guys see that there is a sign that like points to an elevator. And you see that as the elevator opens, like more pixies and centaurs kind of like fly out. And you see there's like a little button inside the elevator that says like floor number 67 portals.
Well, I suppose that's what we're looking for.
Hell yeah. You guys walk into this like elevator, which is this. Yeah, you guys step into this like metal box that like magically lifts off of the ground, and then the doors open up and like put you out into this like large concrete hallway with a bunch of like archway doors that are like closed by portcullises. And you see, just like a bunch of different doorways to different places. There's like some doors that lead to like directly to Yggdrasil, and some doors that lead to Arborea, Celestia, the Nine Hells, the Negative Plane, and you arrive at one sign that says the Feywild.
Wait. So firstly, he's gonna kind of go up to the Nine Hells one. He's gonna be like, "Whoa, hang on a second. You telling me I can get home from here, and not have to, do any unholy things?"
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Maybe I don't.
But wow, well, I'll definitely keep this city in the back of my head. Well then,
Lucas just kind of looks around and is like, okay, so in Lucas's eye, how similar is Sigil to Haven Arc right now?
It's pretty similar, yeah. It's almost like a mirror reflection.
Yeah. So Lucas is looking around, is like, not gonna lie, this kind of reminds me way too much of home. Kind of eerie.
You see that a centaur in a like two-piece suit, and like brown hair, kind of like walks by and is like talking about eerie things. Seen a lot of eerie things in my time, and kind of like walks right by you as he pats your shoulder.
Well, honestly, the only thing that this floor is missing is... Oh god. There was this one security guard at Haven Arc that was in charge of most of like the Portal Division stuff. Honestly, he was slightly... In my opinion, he was slightly annoying, though honestly, he was probably more annoyed with me, and I don't remember his name off the top of my head.
well, let's hope.
You can see Lucas is like literally trying to think of it, because I don't even remember off the top of my head.
Well, I mean, Zalryan's gonna be like, well, let's hope that anybody here who's guarding these portals aren't, little wackos.
You guys arrive to the portal, the Feywild, and do you guys step through?
Before we do, I should share with I should share with you guys some information that I got yesterday. Well,
Yeah.
you know the war in Feywild. How many times did you just update this? Sorry. The war in Feywild. It seems like my father is getting involved, and I don't know if it'll be an issue when we're there, but something to keep in mind.
Alright. Well, if anything escalates, then you have us to fall back on.
Let's just try to be as low profile
Alright,
as
so
possible,
alert
maybe.
everybody that we're here. Thank you. And he walks.
Well, I mean, look at us. We kind of already do.
I mean, yeah. It's not like we're trying to make ourselves. I mean, honestly, in comparison to probably some of the people, at least here, we don't stick out that much. But I mean, I don't know how many people go to actually walk around the Feywild or not. But I mean, worst case scenario, you guys get in trouble. All I need to do is change my clothes, get a freaking badass cloak, hide, and I'm completely avoiding the authorities.
So, you're saying that,
Yeah,
so
you're
you're
a
saying
lucky
that if we
fucker.
alert the authorities, you would be the only one who would not get noticed.
I mean, I'd probably be one of the
Alright,
few.
so I will make sure that, I will touch your shoulder when you go invisible, or disguise yourself.
Well, he's not the only
Yeah,
one
good
who
luck
can do
with
that. And I just put the helmet on.
Well then,
Yeah, and I just pretty much used the bangle to change my clothes into just this into a long gray cloak, and then just put the hood up.
Zelron is gonna he's just gonna put the hood that's connected to his cape over his head. Alright, are y'all ready?
Yeah.
So, I'll take the helmet off.
Okay. Hell yeah. You guys walk through the portal, and as you guys do, hold on. Okay. As you guys step through the portal to the Feywild, it is a strange kind of like cold feeling as you are transported via portal, and like pulled upwards and upwards and upwards, almost like past your body's capacity to move safely. And you finally see, just like as you were traveling through the portal, like your eyes filled with only color, like blue and purple over and over. And then you arrive, feet first on the ground in this high, like forested area. There's like very kind of like tall trees, maybe 20-30 feet in the sky. The tree line kind of like hides the blue, color of the sky. The sun is far away. There's a little bit of clouds. And you see that there's a calm river about like 10 feet in front of you, as you guys arrive in this like forest, and you see that there are like little like lightning bugs and little like pixies and centaurs that are kind of like walking by, and there's like unicorns that are like feeding on some of the fauna nearby, and you guys are in the Feywild.
You guys can see the
Lucas, or you go
you
ahead.
guys can see, it's just like for like flavor. You can see his tail burns a little bit brighter than before, signifying that like he is very very. This is kind of like when a cat has their fur all like jetted out, like to make themselves look bigger. You can tell he's a little bit nervous to be here.
Yeah.
Crystalina
Lucas
just
kind of looks
quite
around.
literally like being in a fairy tale.
Yeah. Lucas just kind of looks around and is like, why do I get the feeling my dad might actually like this?
Because he would.
Just,
Yeah.
Take it from me, he would.
Adelaide's anxiety just sort of like washes away for a second as she's taking in her surroundings and fighting the urge to get the sketchbook out.
How is she fighting it? That sounds like such a cool thing to do.
We have other things to do here, such as helping our kidnapped friend.
Right. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of which, how the hell are we supposed to? How the hell are we supposed to even get to Titania at this place?
not sure.
Mm.
You see that one second here. Okay. God damn it. Okay. You see that a little like pixie flies up to you guys in like a two-piece suit and like a top hat, and like flies right in front of you and is like, "Oh, hello there. Are you guys new visitors here to the Feywild?"
Yeah.
Oh, thought I didn't recognize you. Yeah, I know everybody here. It's weird. Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Don Luciano. I your tour guide and trusty friend in need. In case you ever need anything. I apologize for eavesdropping, but it seemed like you guys were looking for Titania.
That's right.
Yes.
Looking for Titania? Okay. Well, you see he points he points through like the tree line, and you see off in the distance there's this tall like palace that looks like MCU Asgard in the distance. And you see he says he nods and says like, that's Tenelieza. That's our queen's palace. You'll have to ask to have an audience there with the queen, but I'm sure most of our guards will be willing to let you in. Before we do go, though, are you guys are not with Godric, right? You're not with her son?
No.
Definitely not.
If we were though, we wouldn't exactly tell you that.
No, that's the stuff you don't say to people. That's
What's the security system?
yeah, he's
Are you sure you're not?
gonna just say,
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about us.
Regan, maybe you have some sort of sensing power.
See, Don Luciano looks at you guys and is like, right, okay, well, I'm gonna take your word for it, and if you try to stab me in the back, you're gonna regret it, because I've got...
If you tried to stab
All
me in
right.
the back, you wouldn't know it. Probably shouldn't say that.
Right, so, I will... he looks through, like, the forest and is like, there's a direct path line right through the forest here. Is there any place you wanted to stop before we get to the palace, or did you want to just go straight there?
Yeah, straight.
Do you guys
Just
have a
straight there.
bathroom or somewhere I could wash my face and wet my hair?
He just kind of like turns around and looks at the river and is like, well, most centaurs and humanoids just kind of like use the river for both purposes.
All
They
right.
used it to go to the bathroom in too.
So this path will take us directly to the palace. And
You didn't answer my question.
hell yeah. So you see Don Luciano like nods. Does Crystalina wash her face in the river?
Crystalina is just gonna kind of douse her whole body in the river.
The entire time, he's just kind of like,
Maybe I'm projecting onto my other self a little bit right now. But yeah, that's what she's gonna do. And then she's gonna get.
wait, he's gonna call out. He's like, Crystalina, we didn't exactly get an answer on the bathroom thing. So
Yeah, just let
Never
her,
been
just let her
to a
bleed
river.
though.
Trust me, you've never been to a river that hasn't been peed in at least like 100 times.
well, fair. The
By
rivers
different
that we
people.
know is rivers of lava.
And it's a river, so it flows. Thankfully, it's not all concentrated in one place.
Yeah, back
And she does have
back
one.
home, all the only rivers we have are the rivers of lava. So I guess I wouldn't really know much about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take a dip in a river of
It's
lava.
actually really good for the skin once you hop in. It's not bad.
Okay, I'm so happy for you. I would die
yeah,
because
I
I'm
forgot
human.
about that.
My skin would melt off
Yeah,
before
yeah, my bad.
touching it.
Ignore what I said then, and continue.
I kind of pat his back and laugh.
Hell yeah. You guys start walking through the forest after that. You see Don Luciano like snaps his fingers, and in like a puff of sparkles, he like summons a towel and hands it to you. You see that the Dawn takes you guys through the forest. As he takes you through towards Sinaliez, which I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, but I'm sure there's going to be some D&D nerd out there who's going to correct me on it. Anywho, as you guys arrive there at the palace, you cross this extravagant bridge made out of stone, and there's like a bunch of fountains as you guys walk through. Yeah, a bunch of little fairies and pixies and nymphs and dryads and centaurs. You cross through the entrance into the main castle, and you see Don Luciano looks at some of the guards here, and he kind of like nods to them and is like, yeah, my friends here are here to see the queen. I hope that's okay. And you see one of the guards kind of like goes into the like central chamber. You see the Dawn looks at you guys and is like, yeah, he said it'll be all right. The queen, I suppose, needs a couple minutes to compose herself, she said. So the guard said, just wait here until she's ready, I suppose.
All right.
Thank you.
You guys see that after a few minutes go by in the waiting room, the door opens. Dawn nods to the guards, and you see that you guys walk into this throne room, which is like 50 by 50. The floor is made out of brick. There's like a long regal carpet leading up to the stairs, where the lady herself, Queen Titania, resides on her chair. The throne itself kind of like resembles like this icy like dragon that is like emitting like a bit of smoke breath that has been like frozen. And she's kind of like leaned back. She's doing like the dramatic like sit as she like leans back, crosses her legs, both arms on the armrest. And you guys see that the Don Luciano looks up and is like, Your Highness, thank you so much for having us. These are my friends. And he looks around and is like, only now did I realize I didn't get any of your names. These are my friends, and they are here to see you, Your Highness. This is... And he kind of like awkwardly moves to the side and like motions with his hands. This is... Do you guys have a
Hi,
group?
I'm Crystalina.
The name's Zelron. How do you do? Your Grace.
Lucas.
Mona, and it's a pleasure to meet you.
You see Titania kind of like pinches the bridge of her nose and is like, Luciano, I told you to get their names before you. Well, I'm pleased to meet you all as well. I presume you all have heard of me before. My name is Lady Titania.
Your reputation precedes you such that there's stories of you across universes.
I can concur on that.
She looks at you and nods and says, "Oh, yes, I am quite familiar. In fact, once upon a time, a very long time ago, there was a very powerful magician by the name of William Shakespeare. He came here quite often and wrote of his experiences, and well,
Wow.
he was a very funny man."
Oh, the more you learn.
What's up, William Shakespeare?
Honestly, I'm slightly confused here too.
You see,
Well, in my world, he was. Well, as far as we knew, or as far as I thought I knew, just a person who liked writing, and he was a weirdo in his time, and that was like, what, 500 years ago?
With a
Don't
name
quote
like
me on that.
Shakespeare, he sounds like a weirdo.
Yeah, like, I
Good
mean,
times.
I've heard some really weird people, but I mean,
see, Titania says, "Well, in any case, yes, I apologize. There have been a lot of things on my mind as of late. You have to understand, my husband, he has not returned home for quite a while, and I've been locked in combat, sadly, with my son Godric. So I apologize if it seems as if I'm cutting to the chase, but what is it you all needed?"
actually, it involves your son Godric, of all things.
She tilts her head and is like, "I understand he has been causing trouble in the mortal realm, but whatever do you mean?"
Well, to put it bluntly, your son made a deal with the necromancer that resulted in the kidnapping of one of our friends.
We really need her back.
You see, she looks and is like, "What? Delilah? No, Delilah is on our side of the war. I mean, that kidnapping, that's ridiculous."
Well, it happens.
Please.
Whatever that means.
And in case you weren't actually informed, Delilah Briarwood is known as one of the most treacherous people within Exandria, to the point where she slaughtered an entire family just to help the rise of, I don't know, some sort of withered ass wannabe god.
She says, "Oh, I was not familiar with her previous doings. My son, when he described her and asked for a new body to be fashioned for her, he kind of cut out all the details. So I apologize if I have caused any grief in doing this, raising her from the dead. But it's not as easy as putting her back in the ground."
Oh, no, we can do that for you. But we want Allura back.
She says, she kind of leans in her chair and is like, I understand. It's only natural that you would The thing is that she is, as I'm sure you are aware, one of the greatest arcane minds of this generation that the world has ever seen. And I really could use her in the war effort. So, I understand that maybe she has great importance to you, but I might need to keep her around for a short time.
Has she willingly said that she would fight with you?
Well, no.
Then why are you keeping her? Do you intend to keep her prisoner? Have you even spoken to her about this?
No.
Do you even know where she is?
Yes. I am very well aware of where she is. But, no, I have not asked her to fight in the war effort, but... When
Fighting
you
a
meet...
multiversal thing here. It could spill into your realm. And if Allura hasn't told you herself that she will help you, then our goal is still the same.
She looks at you and says, well, yes. There is something out there that we are fighting, and I think we stand united against it. But you have to understand, when you meet a woman like Allura, who can cast spells that she can and change the world, you don't pass up an opportunity like that. But I can see that she means a lot to you. So, don't be not afraid when I ask this of you. I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Depends what that is. What's this favor you'd like to ask?
That's,
Please forgive me. I don't like agreeing to favors before I know what they are.
Oh, that's quite all right. Well, there's a laboratory here in the Feywild that used to belong to one of the strongest wizards, who also happened to bring down an entire civilization single-handedly. I don't know how he did it, but I think Godric is after that secret too. If you can find that laboratory, bring me back those notes. I will release Allura and
Can we
be in
at
your
least
debt.
see her before we at least do this? You can at least grant us that.
In fact, I'd say that's my requisite for agreeing to this deal. I'd like to
Agreed.
see that she's safe, that she's okay.
She nods and holds up a gold she nods and holds up a little like gold disc that sort of morphs into like a set of like manacles or like chains, and you see that in a golden flash of light, Allura, the real version of her, appears in front of you guys, and you see she looks like dehydrated and kind of like famished, and you see she says, Lucas, oh, I'm glad you all are safe.
Lucas is going to immediately make his way over to her, kneel down, and is like, Allura, are you alright?
Wait, out, pause for a second. Hold on. Backtrack. We can talk to her, she's like in person. I thought this was like an image of her.
It's physically the real version of her, yeah, but she's got like a little like handcuff attached to her wrist, and like Titania has the other end.
Okay.
Allura says like, I'm doing quite all right. They actually have been treating me fairly well, despite not granting me that much food or water, but how are you all? Have things been alright without me?
Do anything. He's gonna walk
Yeah.
up to her really quickly and give her try to give her a ration. Not a ration, just like a mess kit to like eat something.
She like takes it and like pats your shoulder and is like, "Thank you, Zelrun.
Eat up.
I appreciate that. I haven't had." She like opens it and is like, "I haven't had. Oh my god, I haven't had this in a long time." And like eats up.
How long have you been here?
She says, "No more than probably 2 weeks. Like she said before, Titania hasn't asked me if I was going to participate in the war or if I was going to help her in any capacity, but when you guys arrived to Wildmount, this switch out happened, and I've just been in the dungeon ever since. I'm very sorry."
We're sorry, if anything, considering we couldn't even tell, we couldn't even spot the difference until we noticed something was off.
I didn't even spot the difference. I was too busy with myself.
Yeah. But listen. We're gonna get you out of this, alright? Whatever it takes.
Alright. I trust that you will. And you see that she like points her staff like forward, and you see that kind of like from behind her and then flying around her shoulder like this is a little owl that goes and lands on Lucas's shoulder. And she looks at the owl and says, "This is Athena. She will be my eyes, essentially, as you guys go wherever. But I'll be able to see. I won't be able to cast spells, but I'll be with you."
It's more than enough.
You see Titania like takes the disc again and like closes it, and you see she says, you see Allura says like, "All right, good luck and be safe." And you see Allura vanishes, and you see Titania like hands you guys a little like parchment map and says, "It should only be a short trip. I couldn't afford to send soldiers out because they were all busy, but it'll only be a short ways from here. The dawn can take you. And again, all I need are the notes. Any notebooks or anything you can find would be great."
I have one more requirement.
She looks and says, "Of course, whatever."
I'm also kind of confused. If Allura is so important to you for this war effort, why is she not receiving enough food and water? You say she's this amazing, almost all-knowing wizard who can do all these crazy things, and she's gonna help you out with your effort. Then why is she not in the best condition that she could be in order to help you out with that?
You see that the owl Athena kind of like puffs up her wings too, like questioning, and you see that Titania looks at you and is like, "You're right. I have mistreated her for her to be as important as she is to me. But the only reasoning I can think of is that we wanted her eventually to say yes. We wanted her to believe that this war effort was the only way to, push through and survive, but I see that was wrong now."
You guys can hear Lucas kind of starting to growl at Titania.
Mark my words. We will keep our promise. Better keep yours. You better keep yours.
She nods and says, "Darling, fairies always keep their promises." All right. Well, again, if you need anything, feel free to come back to the castle and ask. But it's only a short trip. Any notebooks or any notes or diaries from the laboratory that you can find would be helpful.
Please forgive my rudeness during our stay. I'm sure you can more than understand why I've been a little bit on the defensive.
She nods and says, "Yes, I understand. Well, we've been at a war as well, so, a lot going on."
But,
In her mind, Kristalina's just thinking, that's not why, but I'm gonna keep my mouth shut.
Alright, BRB, guys.
so Delryan's first gonna say, before we leave, surely you can spare us a few provisions before we head out, such as potions and such. We can't very well complete a mission when we're too, sapped of energy to continue forward.
I see she nods and motions with her hand, and you see that some of her soldiers come over and wheel this bag of potions, and she hands each of you a bag of 10 greater healing potions.
You said each?
What the fuck?
Yes.
Get that
What
bread,
the fuck?
goddammit!
Don't
He
get
hands
too
you each
excited. That has a hidden meaning behind it.
What? No.
No.
You see... Fairies always keep their promises. You guys... I'm being honest. You guys see that... we're gonna keep fighting. You see that... so bags are handed with potions of greater healing, and then
Oh,
so
sorry,
the dawn...
interjection. I meant Carlo, not the fairy. Sorry, continue.
You see that the Don Luciano kind of looks at you guys and is kind of looks at the map and is like, "All right, should only be a short trip right to the laboratory. There should be a path right through the forest, actually, right to it. It hasn't been visited in quite some time.
Sure,
Um,
sure that's not
is everyone ready?"
Large monsters or any sort of malicious entities could be out there to eat us. There's no clearer path.
Oh, there is a clearer path that we can take that's in direct sunlight and has a lot of population around, I suppose. But it's faster to go. Oh, okay.
I don't trust, after
he
seeing
nods.
what your queen did,
And
I don't trust any one of you.
you trust the Don, though, right? You trust the Don, though, right? Because I'm your man. We're best friends now, right?
Walk.
You trust the Don? Okay. He starts flying, and starts guiding you guys through this kind of direct sunlight path through the forest. Mona, on your way out of the castle, you get a glimpse of the back of your father's head.
Where is he?
He is in kind of the main lobby. He's talking to kind of some of the fairy soldiers here. And he is kind of you hear his voice is strangely much deeper than you remember. And you see he's only 10, 15 feet away from you. And you see Mistra appears in spirit form right next to you and is "I'm just saying, it would be a lot easier if I just removed him from the picture, but..."
Stop talking. And
Okay.
I'm gonna step back so that he's out of sight for a second and catch my breath.
Yeah, you like catch your breath as he's out of sight. The Dawn looks at you and is like, "You got history with him or something?"
No, just I don't know, I just felt a bit nervous for a second about where we're going.
It's understandable. But I mean, you got the Dawn, so nothing bad's gonna happen to you.
Right. Dear DM, which direction was he facing?
He was like facing directly away from you, and you are you talking like cardinal or
Just like in relation to where I am, I guess, the direction that I was walking.
Oh yeah, he's like completely turned away from the door, and there's like a clear path.
Alright, I'm gonna try to scurry my way back to the party and be on the opposite side of where he is, so I have the people between me.
Gotcha. Yeah, you like blend in with the crowd of your party as you guys walk out. Yeah, he guides you. Don Luciano guides you through the forest to the laboratory.
He as he's leading us into the forest, he's like, Don.
See, he like stops midair and is like not turning around to face you, and is like, God, I swear it was around here somewhere.
The clear pathway, not through this damn forest. If we need to make it snappier along the longer way, we'll make it snappier. We're on a mission from the Queen here, so I'm sure they wouldn't mind us taking up the pace a little bit. But we're not going through this damn forest.
Yes, sir. Just please don't fry me.
That's better. Now, let's go.
He guides you on the more like direct path. And you guys see that you pass by like a bunch of other creatures once again, and then you arrive to this laboratory. As you walk in, it's completely an abandoned like science slash magic kind of laboratory. My Discord is kind of acting up right now. But yeah, as you walk in, it's abandoned. There's a bunch of notebooks that are like a bunch of like ritual shit written down inside these notebooks. And you see that everybody roll me a perception check.
As he's doing this,
My thing's gonna freeze up if you don't roll for me.
I got you.
As
Thank
these
you.
are
Perceptioning.
perceptioning, he's gonna say, "Hey Lucas, looks like we're gonna be needing your little baggie there to hold all this crap." 18.
Yeah, I know.
So you guys see that there are a bunch of like diaries of different kind of like ritual markers, and you see that in one book, as you flip through, it's just one sentence written over and over again. It says Mr. lives, Mr. lives, Mr. lives, over and over again. You stow it, and there's another one that says like, I am God, I am God, I am God, over and over. You find one notebook that details a spell from a long time ago. I'm talking like thousands or 2,000 years ago, during the Calamity, called Karsus's Avatar. This spell seems to allow the caster to kind of like become a god in the fullest sense of the word. And it's strange. It's a 12th level spell that hasn't been casted in ages, because no magician physically has been able to cast past 9th level for 1,000 years. And now you look at this detail of a spell that some wizard by the name of Karsus wrote down once upon a time to attempt to become the goddess of magic, Mystra, and deal with her enemies. When Karsus cast the spell and became the goddess, he didn't know that she would constantly make sure magic, didn't go awry. And because he wasn't aware of these responsibilities, he wasn't tending to them. He was only thinking, what can I do as a god, right? And that is basically a major reason for the calamity, and kind of like why the divine gate fell and like the betrayer gods were able to just do whatever. So the TLDR of it is this guy Karsus wrote a spell called Avatar and became a goddess and fuck the world over and let Asmodeus and Tharizdun roam the world and just do whatever they want.
Yeah. Almost seems impossible. But I mean, like, I've seen people become like immortal and shit, like being able to like heal their wounds and not age, but this is something different.
I guess we had better take this one along with us, just in case.
Yeah. Maybe keep that one out. And in Draconic, he kind of mutters, and maybe keep that one away from the queen.
And he says, I agree in Draconic as well.
What was that?
Nothing.
Okay. You guys have this like notebook and a bunch of diaries and shit.
All of which, as we're looking them over, get thrown into my bag.
Okay. You guys, as you guys are exploring, you see Lucas, Don Luciano, flies up to your shoulder. He's got like a panicked expression on his face. He's like, Mr. Lucas, did you guys find what you needed?
Sure, if we gave this place a once-over or two, we'd probably find a couple more things, but what's with the look on your face?
Says, you're not alone in here. Besides, obviously, the Dawn. But...
Wait, what do you mean?
He says, I'm really sorry, guys. I know I promised. But we were followed.
I should have figured.
By who?
I promise I didn't know. I didn't know. Ah, the jig is up, okay. Yeah. I didn't expect him to try to kill me, though. And you see, he looks over to the doorway, and you see, emerging from the shadows, you see Vincent. As you see, he looks at you all and says, oh, what do we have here?
You see who?
Vincent Ripley. Lucas just looks and it's just like,
Zelron just
this
kinda
fucker
lets out
again.
outside. He's just like, seriously, we don't have time for this.
You see, Vincent looks at you guys and is like, oh, come on, guys. I mean, at least make it seem like you're happy I'm here. Come on, I came all the way to the Feywild. I tracked you guys down from Sigil, and then I talked to the Dawn, and
No, I have to give
you
you
know.
credit, considering you've managed to sweet talk up these Fae fucks. Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Not to mention, if your ass didn't get saved by your boss last time we met, we wouldn't have to deal with your
You know what?
pathetic ass.
Actually, you said that, Lucas. I don't see anybody else here besides you, Sir Ripley. And, you know what that could possibly mean for you and us, right?
He nods and is like, yes, I'm very well aware. And that's exactly why I'm here, because only one of us. He looks over to the Dawn. And the Dawn's like, oh, come on, man. You see, Vincent says, only one of us is going to be leaving this laboratory, and it's going to be me.
And he's gonna draw his weapon.
I'm bringing out the Dragon Blade.
All right, let's have everybody roll for initiative.
Whew.
Let's fucking go. Again. God
Damn.
fucking damn it! Bullshit! I swear. Lucas just has the shittiest fucking rolls.
Just a reminder, I'm
so-
helpless right now.
I got you.
Thank you. I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry.
I am really looking forward. I'm really looking forward to advantage on initiative rolls.
Hold up. Gotta pull up this map really
Oh, also,
quickly.
just letting you know, DM, I did attune
There we go.
myself to the wraps. They weren't too spicy. They're just a little bit crispy. I personally like lettuce in my wrap, but I'll take it.
Fair enough. Everyone's got their own thing, you know. So,
Oh wait, hold on. I need to.
turn the grid
Okay, yeah,
on.
no, I'm not. No, I'm not running Silver Fang. I'm running the Dragon Blade.
Okay. Some people might recognize the map or something. I don't know.
Oh my god!
Listen,
that brings me back.
Let's roll initiative for Crystalina. She rolled pretty well. And then we gotta add Vincent, and we gotta add the
I don't know if
Don.
I'm, like-
Don Luciano.
Oh, the Don's even
I
fighting?
don't even know if I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
recognized. Was this? I don't. Yeah.
This was. I think this was a map that I used in one of the Dotham fights.
Yeah, it was.
That's right. I used this for Syndrome's Lair.
Oh,
Yeah, Syndrome's
that
Lair.
was so long ago. Damn, how did? I
Yeah, it was.
That was like 2 years ago,
Surely it wasn't two.
give or take.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. I'm just
I
gonna
remember
use.
like it was yesterday, but maybe that's because I had to skip a campaign.
Yeah. No, you skipped a campaign, but to be fair, like both of our campaigns ran like 10 to 12 months. So yeah, altogether it's like maybe at least year and a half, but
honestly,
I'd say it's
I
pretty
am
close
kind
to
of
2
surprised
years.
That, our campaigns ran for a similar amount, like a similar duration.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's only because we did pretty much the same amount of sessions.
So you guys feel free to position yourselves wherever you like. Vincent is like standing right here by the door, and I'll let you know that this owl. I'm just using owls. Oh fuck.
No.
Have I got him set to visible?
Now, usually when you.
You guys see
yeah.
Vincent?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, is Vincent number 2, right?
Yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
Vincent's number 2. I'm the one that's not on the board yet.
All right. So
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
both.
Yes, he's probably gonna get right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably say Lucas is one back. Move the fucker. Thank you. Oh god, this is so different on the tablet.
So,
The fuck? No, I don't want Crystalina. I want me.
so the owl, I will let you guys know that the owl right here is Don Luciano. I just don't have pixie stats right now. And then Vincent Ripley is this guy
You know
right here.
something? I'm kind of surprised you didn't give
Okay.
Don the Pixies from Fairly Odd Parents voice. Hello, my name is Don. I am here.
Oh no. No.
Missed opportunity. Anywho, so combat begins. Everyone's rolled for initiative. Adelaide, you're the first to act.
Alright, first of all, I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself. And then, on my bonus action, I will give Bardic Inspiration to Lucas.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Cool. Any movement or anything?
No, that's all.
You got it. Finishing Adelaide's go, it's going to be Vincent, who you see. Vincent is going to. See here. You see Vincent had this kind of like bravado and confidence of battle as he walked in, and looks over to. See here. He's going to look at Lucas and take out his revolver and point it at Lucas. Take a shot.
Bring it.
It's going to be nat 20.
Oh god.
Or
Why?
that's only 14 points of piercing damage. He rolled really shit. He you see that he's like way inexperienced in battle, and like as he lets off this shot, he's like, ugh! And then like looks at you and is like, ah, see, I can shoot things. Did you like that? Finishing Vincent's go, that's going to be Don Luciano, who's going to Don Luciano is going to fly down towards Zelron,
Fake bitch.
and he's he says, "I'm sorry, man. I know I meant to betray you, but I gotta take you out."
Very easy to say.
And he's gonna no, I'm not. See, he goes in and tries to hit you with his talons.
Oh,
21.
shit. Okay, so oh wait, can he's gonna use his reaction. Well, actually, this is when he's
Yeah,
damaged.
sure.
So yeah, that does hit.
Okay, so he's only gonna deal. Don Luciano's only gonna deal you 2 points of piercing damage. As you see, he reaches down with his like claw and like scratches your shoulder and is like,
He's
"Aha,
gonna
I
follow it up
gotcha."
by a hellish rebuke punch. So that's 16.
Nice.
Oh, suck it!
Okay.
Alright, so he's gonna, he takes 12 fire damage. He just hits him with this. That Hell's Rebuke for him is just like Hell's Fist, the thing that he taught Sammy. So he just hits him with a flame punch.
He scratches your shoulder. You like push him with your punch. Guys, owls have 1 HP. So you decimate Don Luciano on the first
I
turn.
saw your betrayal
No.
from a mile away. As he's like, you know, kind of ashing up and everything.
You see Vincent looks over and is like, "No, Don!" You did that to him on his turn. Finishing his turn, that's going to be Zelron with
So
Crystalline
he's
on
gonna
deck.
immediately walk up and says, "Oh, and now you're up next. Oh, I've waited for this moment." So, he is going to take a scimitar attack on his regular action, and the wraps let him have an extra attack, +1 to attack and damage. 4
Uh,
Or wait, does it automatically, since it's already attuned, does it automatically factor it in, or?
Hold up. Dex plus proficiency.
Did you equip them as well?
My regular scimitar is plus 6.
Then yeah.
It's plus 6 here, so I'm guessing it didn't. So plus.
I think
that's weird.
It's a +1,
Yeah.
so I think it's 15.
15.
So 15's gonna miss, sadly.
Oh, mage
Alright,
armor. Fucking.
He is going to use his bonus action to he's going to use one of his actions to can he I don't know what to do here. Okay, here.
It's all good.
The quicken spell,
Yeah,
dude. Quicken spell and whack his ass one more
quick
time.
spell. So he's gonna do another. He's gonna do a bonus action. Ready?
All right.
16.
16 will what is his AC? 16 will
Alright,
still
yeah,
miss.
that's the end of his turn.
Um,
He said, I got something for that ass.
Okay. Finishing Zelron's go. At the end of Zelron's turn, Vincent's going to take a legendary action.
What?
And I already
10,
used my
15,
reaction, so I can't do
20,
anything to counter it.
25.
I've got nothing for reactions.
You see he misty steps right here. And is like, I can't take fights up close. Oh,
Yes.
it's like out of breath. It's like, yeah. Well, I'm fucking scared of when you do, man. Okay, Jesus.
You know, the thing is, I know you're playing me, but, you know, I'll bite.
You see, then Crystalina, who has got how much? She's got 45 movement speed. Let's see. Can she make it over to? She's got the movement speed for it. She rushes over to Vincent and takes 2 punches right at him. 12 is gonna miss. 18 is gonna match. You see Vincent's.
What?
As Crystalina rushes
Okay,
up,
You know how bad I am with my rolls. You did this on purpose.
Crystalina rushes
How?
up and tries to punch.
Fuck.
She tries to punch Vincent in the face, and just at kind of like the last second, he deflects the punch kind of like with a spell, that like blue light kind of like deflects her fist. That finishes Crystalina's go. Lucas, you're up. Adelaide, you're on deck.
Okay. Okay, I'm guessing that my screen hasn't completely loaded up all the way because of hotspot lag. How far am I away from him right now?
You are 33 feet.
Fuck you. Oh wait, no, never mind. I have 40 I have a 40 movement speed. Okay. And actually it doesn't matter anyway because I'm gonna bonus action click the boots of haste.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
I'm gonna apply. Okay, so that applies haste to me. Okay, now everything's moved up. Cool. I'm gonna make my way over to him. So I'm just gonna, like, as soon as I see him run away, I just kind of like Lucas draws his sword and just with a sort of growls just goes, "My turn," and just like fucking runs over, and is gonna make a couple of swings with the dragon blade.
Hell yeah.
23.
23 hits. Roll damage.
12 points total. 2 of that is fire.
Okay.
And because of haste, I get another attack.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Roll your attack.
Oh
22.
Where that's where all the
22
rolling points are
also
going.
hits.
16 points of damage total. 5 of that is fire. And
Hell yeah.
you know what? Lucas really doesn't like this guy. I'm gonna burn my action surge,
Oh my god.
Hell
which
yeah.
gives me
Go
one
for
more.
it, brother.
Which gives me one more attack.
Meanwhile,
One more
Zelrun-
attack to get at this guy.
Oh my god!
Nat 20,
Oh.
He's killing his ass!
Oh
which
my
gives
gosh.
26 points of damage total.
He is-
8 of that is
oh
fire.
my god, he's already red!
Guys, I want you to know,
Blasting.
yeah, he fucking started at double digits HP and dropped to single digits in like one turn.
Oh my god, he's blasting ass
Lucas is
right now.
not happy.
God damn.
You rushed up and swoop, 3 slices across his body as he leans back in pain and he's like bleeding. He like has his one hand on the floor and like one hand to hold up his like spell book, and he's like, "Please, man, show mercy. Come on."
Not today.
As he's bleeding out of like a fucking hole in his chest. Adelaide, you're up.
Okay. I think this is gonna be a bit of an easy round, isn't it?
Anyway,
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Eldritch Blast. And I'm level 5, so I have 2 of them now, so. Oh, 14 and a 17.
17 will just barely miss. As he deflects, he like at the last second pushes off the ground and deflects the Eldritch Blast and is like, "Haha, got it." Anything else?
I think that's it.
Finishing Adelaide's go, that's going to be Vincent, who then is going to, he's like limping. He doesn't want to take an op attack, but he's got to roll at disadvantage with his revolver. He rolls with disadvantage here. He already nat one.
Bring it.
You, like, he's pointing the gun up at you, and I think, like, Lucas, like, grabs it and, like, bends the revolver itself.
Yeah, he just grabs it where the barrel is just like in his palm and just shoves it in Ripley's face.
It, like, crinkles to the ground, and he's like, "No! No!" Hell yeah. Finishing Vincent's go. Zelrun, you're up.
Alright, so he is going to use Step of the Wind with 1 key point and pretty much kind of like teleport behind him. He's so fast as fuck, boy. And yeah, he's just gonna hit him with the Booming Blade scimitar attack. Excellent. That's what I like to see right there. So as his bonus action, he is going to use Flurry of Blows, and he is going to hit twice with his unarmed strike. God damn it!
Oh,
Why
yeah?
does this happen to me? Can I at least get one? 14 and a 7 and
Wait,
a 10.
what'd you roll? What'd you roll?
I don't, why does
Oh
this
my
happen to everyone?
God.
Can I get a grace roll, please? I'm desperate. Okay.
Okay, I'll give you one
Okay,
grace roll.
finally, and that's a +1. That's an 18. Tie goes to the defender, anyways. Never mind. Fuck. I hate this, man.
That's...
I gotta go back to using Google Dice, man. I gotta go back to using Google Dice.
How is it whenever we're fighting Ripley, it's always Lucas who's kicking his
Why is
ass?
it whenever I fight anything that Carlo throws at me, I never hit?
I mean, that's
I
not
was not built for
He's
combat
built for
either.
He can do some cool
Clearly.
shit. It's just that he just needs to hit his shots. My guy is blind, just like me,
Yeah.
right?
I gotta start giving you the bardic inspiration.
Oh shit, I forgot I had that.
Finishing, got a notification. Finishing Sauron's turn. It's going to be Crystalina, who then is just going to wail away on him. Yep, that definitely hits, and he's dead.
Oh.
So Crystalina rushes forth, and as he's like smiling towards Elrond, having deflected his punch, and gets punched in the back, and falls face first onto the stone floor.
Well, that ended.
It goes quiet in the
He
laboratory.
says
Yeah.
out loud. Well, that ended quite quickly. I wasn't expecting that. Usually he pulls something out of his ass, but you know.
After the last time I kind of
Missed
saw it.
anything. Let's go, gang. He just kind of moves away from the dead body on the floor. And kind of like on his way out, he also steps on the body that was, what's his face? Fucking Don. Yeah, he kind of just steps on the corpse.
The Dawn.
You don't disrespect his body.
Agree with that. Enemy as he may be, I'm not one to disrespect the dead. They are,
Well,
after all.
let's not also,
you know,
we also have to keep
dead.
in mind that these people are colluding with enemies of us to hold Allura, our friend. I hold.
Right. Except for one detail you're not taking into account, that their heart is no longer beating.
Well,
You know?
Who knows what he said to Don Luciano?
Look, it doesn't matter now. We got what Titania wants. Let's just get back, get Allura, and get out of here.
Hey, wait, but speaking of the notebooks, are we gonna ignore what they said?
Okay, just sort of out of character because I'm drawing a blank here. Exactly what did they say? Because for some
They
reason,
said
I'm drawing a blank.
They said that the wizard Karsus became
Oh.
the goddess Mistra.
didn't that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, from that notebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so with that, Lucas just kind of looks and is like, well, I didn't see anything about that. Just looks at his own and is like,
No.
did you?
The only thing we found was just scribbles of "I am God" or whatever the hell we found.
Okay.
Probably just someone finally going crazy in this place.
I don't know why, but ever since we've been here, something has been off. Maybe it's just me. And as he says that,
Everything's
his
off here.
Wagging a bit. Like,
Are you? What does that mean? That
oh,
your
oh,
tail.
And he tucks it away into his pants. It means that I am very excited about the battle that just happened.
Right.
Anyway,
Yeah.
shall we get going?
Let's. And I'm gonna keep myself sort of in the middle of the party as we're moving.
Okay. You see that as you guys start heading out from this laboratory, first of all, you notice that the moment after you had stepped on Don Luciano, there is a light that floats from the center of his body that floats up
What?
and flies out.
Hang on. Like, you said it came
you-
out of his body, like just from the remains of the ashes of where he was. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just an orb of light. And the same thing happens for Vincent, where like a little orb of light flies out from his chest and flies out of the room.
That can't be good.
Meh. Not our problem.
Yeah. Go ahead and anybody that wants to can roll me an Arcana check.
On it?
I would. Okay.
10.
10.
Okay.
23.
Well, then I
23.
don't have to.
Lucas for some reason is proficient in Arcana. Don't question it.
From that side of you, I don't know if it has anything to do with it.
We don't question it.
You don't talk about. You see that, so Lucas and Adelaide, you both know that what just happened, their soul was just taken from their body. And on the 23, Lucas, you know that soul, there is someone out there that just collected that.
Lucas is still gonna kind of treat it like it's not his problem, and heads out.
Oh yeah. You guys head out.
Kristalina isn't sure what just happened, but she's a little bit unsettled by it.
He's gonna, Zelron's gonna kind of.
And she's definitely not treating it like nothing just happened.
Be a little suspicious. He'd be like, oh, that's a little weird. Well, not my problem. Just like Lucas does kind of follow.
Hell yeah. So you guys out, taking the path through the sunlight. And yeah, you guys see that some of the centaurs kind of like nod towards you in respect, and say like, yeah, Vincent has been a visitor here before and has been treating us unfairly, so thanks for taking care of him. Yep, and they trot off.
Hey.
This place keeps getting weirder.
Get her and get the fuck out of this place. Every moment, every second we spend here.
Yep, agreed.
Hell yeah. You guys walk through and then arrive back. And yeah, as you guys arrive at the castle, Adelaide, you're in the center of the party. But you do see kind of like up the stairs, he is there once again, talking to some more guards. You pick up a bit of the conversation. He says like, well, Don Luciano told me that she would be here, and, you know, I worry about her. And he just sighs and walks away.
I'm gonna continue walking with the party.
Okay. You walk into the palace, and you see that in the main kind of like throne room, you see that there is a same guards in the kind of like entrance to it. You walk in. You see that Titania is absent from her throne, and there's a little like folded up paper note.
Yeah, he's gonna kind of go for that note and open it.
You open it up, and it says, sorry to have to leave so soon. Laura is safe. We'll return her. Went to Yggdrasil in emergency. We'll be back soon.
And then he's just gonna like as he reads this, he's just gonna put his hands on his head and he's gonna just hand it over, just like, someone take this.
Lucas will take it. Just take it, reads it. It's just like, you have got to be fucking kidding me.
You know what? These Fey people are starting to, kind of itch me up a little bit on the inside. Oh man, my sword hand is a little itchy today.
Let's not make a scene.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm
Let's
sure we
not
can do
fight
sure.
quite yet.
You're right.
Well, I say
Selena is
instead.
extremely annoyed, though she's not physically showing it much.
Well, I say we head over to just kind